Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Cipherone again, and today we are doing a different type of video. We are doing my top 10 favorite loadouts in the game. These weapons are, in my opinion, the best weapons in the game, and I don't think they get enough shine. So, starting off with first, loadout number 1. So first of all, we have the OTS-9, and as you can see I have the Donnie Darko Fearmonger edition. This gun is just amazing at close quarters, mid quarters, even at sniper support. It's even very good. I think that this gun's been nerfed, what, 1, 2, 3 times, but this gun still remains one of the top SMGs in the game. This is the copy and paste loadout: Groove Suppressor, Task Force, Tiger Team, 40 round Fast Mag, and Serpent Wrap. I prefer the Serpent Wrap. You can also remove the Serpent Wrap and put a skeletal stock on, but I like the Serpent Wrap for some more snappiness. So Guru, sound suppression, vertical control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range, like it does on every weapon. Task Force, almost a guarantee you need that for every SMG. Very rarely, only like the core MP5 is the only one that doesn't use the Task Force. It is effective damage range, bullet velocity, and strafe speed. Laser, Tiger Team Spotlight, movement speed, aim walking movement speed. Magazine, VDV 40 round Fast Mag. You could get away with the 40 round mag, but since this gun doesn't have a very high fire rate and a very short mag, you gotta run the Fast Mag because you're gonna run out of ammo. You'll down 2 people at max, but then the third guy comes in, you're dead because you'll run out of ammo. And rear grips, like I said, Serpent Wrap for the aim down sight time really helps out with this gun. For my primary, I have Death's Touch EM2. This gun is amazing at long range, mid range, and short range. It is the copy and paste setup for almost all the ARs we have in this video. Task Force, 25.8 Task Force, bullet velocity, horizontal control, effective damage range, and vertical control, like it does for every single weapon. Agency Suppressor, silent suppression, vertical control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range, a must for almost every gun in the game. 40 round mag. Now you could get away with using the standard 50 rounds, but as you can see, cons aim down sight time, whereas the 40 does not give you an aim down sight time nerf. I like the 40 because this gun does have a pretty slow fire rate, but extremely high damage every bullet. Field Agent foregrip is a must because this gun does have a violent recoil, but you know, I've learned this pattern for a while in the EM2, and once you learn that pattern, you will absolutely delete people. And then the Action Arms 3x optic for that nice zoom level, and then that nice clearness. Perks: double time, overkill, and amped. For 9 of my loadouts, so I'm using stuff from my ghost class. Throwing knife, heartbeat sensor, friendly for Verdance and Rebirth. Second loadout is the QBZ. This gun is highly underrated, and you know, since all these AR nerfs, this gun is just amazing. Same thing as the last rifle, Task Force, Agency, and Field Agent. 60 round drum mag. You could get away with the 45, but I think the 60 round drum mag, this gun does have a fast ADS, so you could get away using the 60 round drum mag just to get those last people. You know, in the quad, let's say you take out a trio, you can get the last guy with that barely amount of ammo, and you'll be good. And then 3x optic for that zoom level and precision. This is all around a very good gun. It's just not used by a lot of people because it's not that very common. And then my favorite SMG right now, the Cold War MP5. This gun is amazing at close quarters and mid-range quarters. This gun has an insane fire rate and amazing reload, the best mobility in the game. Statistically, it just had the fastest mobility in the game, and it's a really cool looking gun, and obviously has one of the best iron sights in my opinion of every core SMG, right next to the MAC-10. Agency, I like always, but in this case, we're not using a barrel because this gun does not need a barrel. Instead, we use a bruiser grip, movement speed, hipfire accuracy. We also use a laser, Tiger Team Spotlight, 50 round drum, and Raider stock, a must for almost every SMG. This gun is just unbelievable. It melts people so nicely, and it's just a cool looking gun. And same perks, same lethal, and same tactical. That's what I'll have on all of my setups here. This is the HDR. This is my personal class for the HDR, the Brookside. So it's Monolith Expressor 26.9 HDR Pro. I believe this is the only Modern Warfare gun I have in the loadouts today. This gun is just amazing, basically at any range. It's just obviously the downside with this gun is that it's very slow, but you can get people. I've gotten people over 800 meters away with a headshot. This gun has an amazing range, and you know, I think it's only a Verdansk gun because since it's so heavy, you kind of have to make it just for that specific game mode. And you know, this gun really does shine at those long ranges. So F-Tech Hunter Scout, presence of mind for that focus. Variable zoom scope. You could take off the variable zoom scope because it already has a good zoom, and slap on that tack laser for a faster ADS, which is the gun desperately needs. But since I use for Verdansk at very long ranges only, I prefer the zoom scope. HDR Pro and monolith expressor. And for my favorite sniper support gun in the game, the AK-47. Yes, this is the new AK-47 that just came out, and the Necro Queen bundle. This gun has just an insanely good TCK close, mid, and long. Very minimal recoil, especially with this Microflex LED. For some reason, I don't know if it's just me, but this specific optic on this variant gives a much less recoil. I don't know why, but that's how I feel. Goose suppressor, sound suppression, vertical control, bullets, and effective damage range. Underbarrel, spin as grip. Same. It's a bit literally the same as the field agent, just with a different name. The 45, because this gun has, you know, it's a slow fire rate, but if you want, you could run the 60. You could get away with the 60, but in my opinion, it's just not it's not worth it because then it slows it down way too much. Slows down your mobility, your aim down sight. It's just not worth it. The 45 is just perfect for me. The Serpent Wrap for aim down sight time. And then, like I said, that special Microflex LED, which I think gives it less recoil for some reason. Same, lethal tactical, and perk same. For the fourth loadout, one of the best guns in the game, the Farah 83. This gun has very low recoil, extremely good at long ranges. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's good at every category, but it's not the best in any category, if that makes any sense. This gun is pretty much copy and paste from every other class setup. RPK barrel, pretty much like the Task Force barrel. Goose suppressor, spend as grip, 60 round mag. Axial arms 3x optic. Just use the normal reticle. You don't need another reticle with this gun. Yeah, it's pretty cool, honestly. It's just the reason people like this gun so much is that it has no recoil, literally none. So that's why people like using this gun. It's just not that powerful. And going to one of my favorite SMGs in the game, the MAC-10. This gun is always been one of my favorite SMGs ever since Cold War integration started. This gun is amazing. It got nerfed, but still a lot of people use it. Agency, copy and paste. Agency, task force, Tiger team, 53 round drum, SAS combat stock. You could use the Raider stock, but I prefer the SAS combat stock for that strafe speed because it really helps out during close quarter arrangements. In case you have to go to mid-range arrangements, it helps out with the recoil too. For this one, we have the Void Monster, which is also the new AK I showed as a sniper support, which is the long range edition. Good suppressor, RPK barrel in this case because we're not using a sniper support. For the underbarrel, spend as grip, the same, optic the same, pretty much all the same. It's just the barrel instead of the rear grip. This gun is amazing at long range, great at sniper support, SMG, the most versatile gun in the game in my opinion. And then we have the same Cold War MP5. I don't know why I have a Serpent Wrap on there. Same Cold War MP5. Now for the Kar98. I use the same AK sniper support, but I like the Kar98 a lot. This is for, I think specifically Rebirth in my opinion. You could use it for long range and Verdansk, but you would have to know the bullet velocity very well. I really like this gun in Rebirth because it's quick, it's fast, and it's very accurate. Monolith suppressor, Vanguard arms, custom 27.6 inch barrel, tack laser, sniper support, F-tap sports cone. You could go the precision cone for more aiming stability, but it'll slow it down the gun too much. And since I like using Rebirth for quickness, you know, you don't want that. For my favorite loadout, my absolute favorite loadout in the game right now, the MG82. This gun is incredibly good at close, mid, and long range. The only drawbacks I can see with this gun possibly is not really the recoil because one, if you mount, this thing literally does not move whatsoever. You could slap on like a magazine or something instead of the Serpent Wrap, but this gun is already slow as it is, and that's one of the main drawbacks of the gun. In my opinion, it's the magazine size and the Serpent Wrap. This you cannot leave a Serpent Wrap without this gun because this gun needs a Serpent Wrap. This aim down sight time without it is pretty bad, honestly. And with the Serpent Wrap, it's not terrible. It competes with other ARs, but this gun is just insane at mid and long range. Agency, Task Force, Axial Arms 3X, Serpent Wrap, and Field Agent. You need all of these three pros for recoil control because this gun does have a noticeable recoil, especially at those like maybe like 80 plus meters. You can definitely see it. For the Core MP5, it's the same copy and paste setup. Agency, Tiger Team, Bruiser, 50 round drum, and Raider stock. This is my favorite loadout right here in the game for Verdansk and Rebirth. For the 8th loadout, we have the XM4 long range. Now this gun dominates, especially at close, mid, long range. Any range this gun is good, including the sniper support. I think the only drawback I can see with this gun is not the recoil. It's more of the kind of like those long range engagements. It has a massive, in my opinion, has a massive damage drop off once it goes above 90 plus meters. But then again, that's like sniper support range. And this gun especially shines in close mid range. It's not an extremely long range gun. Then you can use the Kar 98, Swiss, whatever you want, especially long range. But this gun, close mid range, especially for rebirth, is insanity. Extremely fast CTK, good mobility for an AR. That's why it's one of the most fan favorite for a sniper support. And the thing is just a beam. It doesn't have any recoil in my opinion. And it's the same copy and paste setup. Agency, task force, field agent. Those are the main attachments we have in every gun. Now, you could run the 45, but since this gun does have a higher fire rate than, like, let's say, the EM2 and AK that we showed previously, this gun does need a 60 because it does have a higher fire rate, therefore has a higher TTK. And use the 45, you can get away with it, but you're going to run out of ammo way too quickly, and you're not going to be able to, let's say, down your entire team if you had the chance to. And the Axial Arms 3X optic, which is this main optic that I love. This thing is the best optic in the game, in my opinion. And then, in my opinion, the most underrated SMG in the game, the Fennec. This gun absolutely shreds, and this gun is highly underrated. The only reason people don't use this much more is because the capability of only having a 40-round drum mag, which kind of sucks, but there's no reason to not use one of the best CTK guns in the game from 0 to 10 meters. This gun has an amazing range, honestly. Even without a barrel, it has a really good range. An amazing TTK, very good mobility. Even though, there's a lot of things here that slow down my mobility, that's why you don't want to put, like, let's say, the Deadfall or the Apex. Because you can see they both nerf your movement speed pretty horribly. So, for these attachments, since they're named a little bit differently, ZLR Saber, sound suppression, damage range, recoil control. 5mm laser, since for some reason the Modern Warfare engine, if you don't run a barrel, it gives you more hipfire accuracy, which is cool. 5mm laser for that sprint to fire time, hipfire accuracy, which you need. 40-round drum mag is a must. 12R mags, hollow point, are garbage. There's literally no reason in using them. 40-round drum mag is just a must for this gun because it has an insanely fast fire rate. And we use the no stock, movement speed, and down sight speed. Now, this does nerf the recoil, but I've tested out many times. As you can see, we only have one recoil buff here, and that is the ZLR Saber. But if you want no stock, this gun already has literally 0 recoil. It has a very fast fire rate, but it doesn't give it much chance to have recoil because of that 40-round drum mag, so it spends the ammo way too quickly. And then for the perk, we run the sleight of hand just for that 40-round drum mag purpose. You could take off the sleight of hand and run, let's say, stipple grip tape for that better aim down sight time and sprint to fire time. But your reload speed is gonna be way too slow because this gun doesn't have a really weird reload animation. Therefore, like, let's say you take out, I think max you can only take out 2 people with this gun because of its insane fire rate. You take out 2 people, you have to reload, and you don't have sleight of hand, you're gonna die because these guys are rushing you with Mac 10s and MP7s and all those good SMGs. So you have to run the sleight of hand to reload much quicker. Same perks, lethal and tactical. For the loadout 9, one of my favorite loadouts in the game right now, is the PPSH for the first SMG. Group Spicer, Task Force, Tiger Team, spend SPKM stock. You can run the Raider stock, but like I said, I like that sprint to fire time. And the ADS movement speed is really good with this gun because you need that strafe speed. This gun does have a pretty bad strafe speed already, so you have to have all those attachments on there for that strafe speed. Now, personally, I like to run the 55-round drum mag because you can take out 3 people, throw a knife all of them, reload, and take out the last guy. You can run the 71-round drum mag, but I think it just slows down your mobility and aim down sight time too much. That's my opinion because it has like a weird sway to it already. I don't think you should run the 71-round drum mag. Same copy and paste setup, like I said. For the RPD, this gun is insanely highly underrated. This gun is an amazing gun, especially at those long range engagements. This gun really shines at mid and long range. Now for close range, that's where it suffers because obviously it's an LMG, bad mobility, bad ADS. But if you use it specifically for mid and long range, you can use it for Rebirth and Verdansk. I prefer Verdansk for this one because it's a slower LMG. Pretty much the same copy and paste setup. Group Suppressor, Task Force, Spend Stats Grip, Fast Mag in this case. You could run the Serpent Ramp, but I tested that the ADS time with the Serpent Ramp and without the Serpent Ramp is almost unnoticeable. It really doesn't do much for this gun in my opinion. I prefer the Fast Mag because you reload much quicker, and this gun only has a 75 round drum mag, so you have to run it with this gun. And then the Extra Launch 3x Optic, like always. Same perks, same lethal and tactical, you know how it is. And then for the last loadout, which is my Ghost fully loaded class, the Growl, which is probably the most less recoil gun in the game right now. Monolith Expressor, Tempest 26.4 Archangel Barrel, damage range, bullets, and recoil control. Underbarrel Commando foregrip, magazine 60 round mags. Perk fully loaded because this is for those, let's say you're in Rebirth and there's like 2 teams left. You want to get a loadout that has max ammo and max pistol ammo, which leads me to my next gun, which is the Renetti. The only reason I'm using the Renetti, I would use the Diamatti, but because the Modern Warfare weapons do have that fully loaded perk, Cold War unfortunately does not have that perk. I don't know why. If it did, a lot of people would be using Cold War Ghost loadouts, but that's just not the thing. Fully loaded just gives you that max starting ammo, like it says right there. 27 round mag, lightweight trigger, MK3 burst mod, fire rate and 3 round burst capability, and Monolith Expressor. This gun is actually not bad at those ranges, like close and maybe even mid range. It's honestly not that bad. Has really good mobility too. Same perks, lethal and tactical. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was my top 10 loadout video in the game. I think in Season 6, these are the main loadouts you should use. These guns are all very good at their own specific ranges. I just think the MGD2 just really shines in every range. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to your boy Cipherone and hit the notification bell as well. I would deeply appreciate it. And, yeah, thanks for watching.